How about now? Let me see. Hold on. That should be working now. Yeah, that's look at that push. That's the push that Turner needed right there. Yeah, my computer shut down for some reason. I don't know why. It does that. Sometimes it overheats. I got to take it in and get it cleaned out. It might be. It looks like it. Oh, look at that push. Getting a little wicky now. Oh no. That's a scary candle right there, boy. Moving like that. Been hitting full TP. Oh no. Bro, this Asia session is ugly, man. It's just consolidation. You might not be getting anywhere. Who knows? I pray for you, but okay. Well, Ambrose, I was calling sells from this point right here because this was a grab, and we still got a gap right here. So we'll see what happens. But I was looking at sells from this point right here. That's what we said earlier. That's why I put all the islands up there. Profits. That shit will jump right back up. Yeah, I would take a little bit of profit here. You got 2 seconds. That's a hard rejection. Take some profits if you got some. At least one position. And I would say maybe 1.5. I don't know. I think this is going to be a hard dump. I really do. I really do. That's what I was calling the whole session. This is what I wanted to see. Got this whole gap. You got gaps below. You have two rejections to the upside after a liquidity grab, and it broke through a fair value gap. Let's go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The double top. Yeah. Every time you get that double top, man, and it closes, the second one closes lower. Every time it dumps. Your stop loss is at 5,000. Uh, okay, that's probably good. You got two taps here at the same spot though, so this is a zone here too. This is that previous order block, so I'll be careful. Like right where it tapped into, there is an order block there. If you can break that, you're golden. They might catch you. They might catch you. You're done. It stopped out every position or just the one? Double top on MT5 or M5. I mean, I don't know why I say MT5 all the time. Stupid. Hold on. Damn, Turner, they came and got you out. It's about to drop too. Oh yeah, dude, that double top on five is a nasty one. It's still blocking in this area though. But I swear, dude, every time it has that grab like that and then a double top, it just freaking falls. That's yeah. I guess I can delete them, right? Because you got out. You got out safe. That's a hard rejection too. This is on the 5 minute. 16 seconds on this candle. The last 5 seconds always get like some crazy hard push. If it does, I want to see. Yeah, that's a hard ass rejection at that order block. That might be. No way that goes lower. Going risk free now. Trailed your stop. Trailed your last position. You got 0.01 left. Okay. I still think it's going lower, dude. I still think it's going lower. I really do. Every time I see that double top, it's a hard dump. And with that gap below, I wouldn't say living the dream, man. I wouldn't say that. But I have been working out, I've been working out my whole life and I've been dieting my whole life. I watch what I eat. Got to stay in the gym, man. I like to have drinks too, but I monitor everything I do. Like people don't understand like how calculated I get. Like everything I do has a calculation. 4890. Oh, right at that stick right there. I don't know, man. I feel like this thing could just dump all the way down here. It's got that long wick, so it's like forcing it to not have to come back and fill the gap. You know what I mean? So it'll make this long push, and it won't have much of an FEG to fill, and it'll just be like boop boop, like it's doing now. This is the 5 minute candles, though. Let me see. Yeah, that 1 minute is rejecting hard right there. This is about to be that push. One of these is going to be that push through. It's shit rejected 3 times here. Once you get a push through there, that's the shit's gone. Oh damn. What do you do? I mean, you could jump back in. I mean, that's up to you, but I think you got a nice sell position through here. I was calling sells up here though. I didn't think it was going to come back up and do one of those, but I was calling sells all day because we broke. Yeah, he survived. He broke all the way down here. We broke previous Asia session lows and New York lows. So I was thinking that this session was going to be like a grab and then a sell off. But so far, this session's just been consolidating. You sold Bitcoin, yeah. I got it. Bitcoin is consolidating too. Asia session sucks right now. Yeah, yeah. You bought it at 50K ages ago? Well, I heard from somebody that they were saying that it was going to go back to 50K, and this somebody is a really good trader and he has not missed. So that's just what I heard though. Tried to break this level, he came back up, boom. We're creating lower highs after grabbing liquidity. I don't think I think Bitcoin's going to drop. You have a new low here. Another consolidation zone, man. This price action is just so ugly lately. Yeah, I feel like Turner escaped. Real, yeah. Turner just caught a dub on that sell for sure. Oh yeah, I 100% think it'll go back up, but the problem is I don't know for sure because I just don't know. Bitcoin is more for like crypto is more for like fun, for people to kind of play around with and hope it goes up and down. I know, but gold is like an asset. When things go bad, people run to it to you know for safety. I would not put my money in crypto for safety, that's for sure. This might be that break that Turner was looking for. This might be that break. Honestly, I'm thinking gold back to like 48.50 level right now. And then down here I still got zones at 4700. I don't know if it'll go that low, but I guess it just depends what happens with the economy and stuff. But right now, I'm looking from here to here. Tap 5 minute FEG and go back up. What's the 5 minute FEG right here? Is that what I have marked? Uh-oh, here it goes. Here it goes, Turner. I don't have a 5 minute FEG, but I also don't have real time data. I didn't pay for that. Oh, you broke through. Tapped right on the line. Well, just above it, actually. Oh, it's in here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, damn, Turner, let's go. That's a 5 minute candle that did that too. Bro, you gotta share that. I'm telling you. I called this. That's why I got it marked. Look at the big angle. Boom. I'll push up and then back down. That's literally what I have. We're respecting a FVG and we have a double top. My position was right here with a stop loss above here. Every time you sweep like that, a big sweep, and you come up and grab liquidity. So everything that I was predicting today so far is fucking right. That makes me happy. We're filling the gap right now. Yeah, we're in this zone. I still want to see it push lower. I feel like it's just gonna dump today, to be honest. Because if I go to higher time frames, every time New York session breaks Asia lows, we end up in like cells. This is a sweep, but then it's just like one of those, you know, you got to buy in. I've been saying sells all session. Why'd you put a buy? Oh, I had faith, man. I had faith just because I had faith in you, but I did have faith. This is literally what I was calling all session, and you guys are my proof because of the what I was looking at on the high time frames. Every time we break on the hourly, when New York breaks Asia lows, it ends up in a bearish market. And I felt like this was just a liquidity grab back to this zone right here. If I go to the 45 minutes, it respects that 45-minute FEG like perfectly and then comes back and fills the gap. So I think it's going to fall off. That's what I think. I think we're going to do another one of these and come down here and then back up. Maybe it does, maybe not that low, but I still think it's bro. Look at that push. Look at that. Just filled the whole gap. Turner's getting that money. You still are you still in that are you still in that position, Turner? It's still on. Okay, this is where I would watch it because the gap is filled now, and this is a whole gap. So this candle can get filled all the way up, and this is a 5 minute candle too. Oh shit! Turner's getting that money. Oh damn! Let's go, Turner. 49.94. Good. Yeah, right at the break of that. I was calling to sell all the way up there, but dude, if you got in when I was saying earlier, you're fucking printing right now. You out at 1500? Fuck yeah. I got to put that in here for the you guys are my proof that I was calling sells up here. So people can actually see I know what I'm talking about. I mean everybody else does too because they made money, so but I was calling that before the session started. This was my area right here and it fucking worked out perfectly. I love that. That's why I got the triangle. That's a crazy 5 minute two candles, man. I mean, based off of this volume right now, that's up to you. Usually I like to go off levels. Like my first TPs probably would have been like if I sold up here, a TP would have been this level because it was a previous like order block area, and then another TP would have been like the middle here or right here because that was another order block area, and then a third one would be like down here because this is where you had another order block. I look for the order blocks or like support and resistance or whatever you want to call it, but they call that an order block. But anytime you get a long candles like this, it's a price displacement, so it has to recorrect, and those get filled. So you'll probably get a big correction and then a lower high from here, and then another drop down, like something like that. Hell yeah, sweet, sweet. I knew it was gonna drop, but I didn't know it was gonna drop that hard. You know what I mean? Like I was expecting a drop somewhere. This was the area. I just didn't think it was gonna drop. Like I haven't seen a 5 minute drop like that, like live in a while. But this is the thing though. So it filled that gap, and you have this one right here at this never got filled, and this is at 46.78. Let's go. Yeah, the manipulation. Yeah. I don't know. Lately, the 45-minute time frame and the hourly has been cooking for me. So that's probably what I'm gonna do from now on is look at those before I get into positions. Before I was kind of I just scalping and going off price action, but every, that's what makes me think it's gonna go lower though, like a lot lower. Like because of that big gap, they always get filled. No, I don't. I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't buy in this one, man. I think this thing's gonna take a dookie. It did take a dookie, but I just feel like it's just gonna go this session because it came up to grab liquidity and it couldn't break that level. It tried twice. When it does that, it dumps hard as shit every time. Bitcoin dumped. Bitcoin dumped. Same thing, that double top and then a push. That's crazy. I don't know why they're both dumping like that. It's weird. Because usually people run to the other one if bro, this thing's about to keep dumping. It's actually crazy. Damn, bro. Oh, you should have came in here earlier, Elliot. Man, you could have caught this move. Hell yeah. And that is a previous area too, right where it was touching, that fair value gap is a previous order block area right there. Bow, bow, and then it breaks. Liquidity and does a double top. Even though I was saying to sell at the first one, because if you go into the 1 minute time frame, this is what we looked at earlier. On the 1 minute time frame, it already had like a double top kind of right here. So that's why I was saying earlier it looks like sells because of this drop, and then it tried it again, but it came up lower and then it dropped. It ended up coming back, but the 1 minute is always the telltale sign, dude. Every single time. That's why I like to enter on the one. You get an earlier entry. Holy shit, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Not financial advice, but that was perfect. Now you might get a hard push here, fill this gap, come up here and fill this, and then maybe a bounce back down. Either way, it worked out for Timmy, right? I think you'll get a well. Let me look at the 1 minute. If you want a retracement idea, see, you're getting a. I think it's going to sell more, dude. If this candle doesn't push above, I think it's going to sell more. This is why I go to the 1 minute. See, it came up, but it closed lower. If this candle closes lower, I'm almost positive this is going to dip more. It's 5 seconds on this candle. It's that double top again. You know what I mean? Like that lower, that lower. If I was going to get in for a buy, I wouldn't do it yet. I would wait for these to break. But that lower, this little boom right there, that shows me sells still. TP, I honestly wherever you want it, but I would shoot for like. Let me go to the 5 minute. Um, 5 minute has a nice rejection right there on that fair value gap. Um, I would say you take profit maybe right here at this order block somewhere down here, like like in this zone, like right here. It's not much, but it's hard to say after a big drop like that. But your next zone, it's looking like it's going to drop that 5 minute FEG, which is crazy. If it doesn't, I'd be surprised. Let me see the one. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Turner, you still holding or you got out? Hey, let's go. It just broke structure too, and you have a FEG rejection. Wow. Crazy day, man. Up here. Turner got in. I didn't get in, but I was calling sells right here on the 1 minute because of this double tap right here on that fair value gap of the 45 minutes. It retraced a little bit, but Turner got his money. Yeah, yeah. Hey, remember earlier though what I said about the I've noticed a pattern on the higher time frames. And they're legit working. Like going based off of this. When I went to the hourly, that's why I drew this thing up. Fucking forgot what I said. But like when New York breaks, um, like the previous day Asia lows, it's like a seller's market. So what I was looking for was I went down and scaled to the 45 minute and I found the fair value gap up here, and that's right what it came to, and it rejected. Stick to my lines. I mean, if you're in profit, dude, it's not really me at this point. It's just that because that's a huge drop. But I do feel like it could come all the way down here. But I mean, I guess it's just how I feel based off of what I'm looking at. Because we broke Asia lows and we bounced off a fair value gap on the hourly. And anytime you do that, you get a fat retracement. And you also, if you scale down, you have that double top. And that's what I was saying before. I pointed that out earlier. Anytime you get a big sweep, a big ass sweep like that, and you come up to a zone, which is that fair value gap or a previous high, you get the one touch, and then you get if it touches lower and then it decides to break structure, every time that's a sell. Every single time I see that on gold, it's a sell. So you're still tapping into this right here. If this breaks, then it might be in buys, but I don't know yet. I don't think so. If it breaks this right here, I would say this one. Like if it goes above here, I would say a buy. But right now it's just like it still looks bearish from here. There's only one fair value gap left, and it's right here, and that's up top. We already filled this gap over here. Yeah, there's one right here. I see on the 1 minute. Let me see the five. Yeah, you got this whole candle in the five. Those usually have to recorrect. That's usually what happens. But that's why I'm just watching. I would say if this 5 minute closes above, so let me do the 1 minute. Let me do the 1 minute. 1 minute is better entry. If this 1 minute closes above this line, I would say you could have buys. That's what I would say. I'd say you could get buys right now. I think. This is yeah, yeah. It's pushing. Should you take profit? Yeah, this whole area is a big fat fair good fat. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. If we broke this line and broke above here, that's what I was looking at. A 1K withdrawal. Nice. Turner's getting that cheese. All right. What a week. What a week for Timmy Turner. I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So if I scale to the 5 minute, yeah, I would say watch this area right here. Yeah, that could have been worse for Timmy. I've been going live like daily, but only for a little bit, just to talk about the markets and stuff. I wish I recorded this whole live, man. That would have been so perfect. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna record this right now because now I don't have proof that I was calling that. So maybe if you join the WAP program, you can give testimonials and tell people, and then I can get you invested with Tim, my friend Tim. Right, so we decided to go live here. I'm live right now, but we're recording for you guys. But basically, we're waiting for a retap in the FEG zone, and we were calling sells from here based off of the gap. And this is a FEG on a 45 minute, on the hourly, and this was Epstein's. And I probably shouldn't say that for YouTube, but yes. So we called buys here earlier, and we got out here, and then we called sells here before it happened based off of a fair value gap rejection on the hourly. And Timmy Turner got his money. Your TP, I would say somewhere in the fair value gap. If we reject this, I would say sells, yeah. But I want to see the FEG filled, like this whole area, or at least 50%, and then sell. Yeah, I can't have that in here. You guys are going to be in the YouTube video too. So not that it's popping yet, but the YouTube channel, I'm trying to get it popping for everybody. But yeah, Ben Turner just made some money on this sell all the way down here. Hell yeah. Let me see what this 1 minute is looking like for you guys. That 1 minute is looking promising. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see this candle push hard right here. Oh no, come on now. You got a gap here though. There's a gap right here. So if you bounce off of this, if it comes down, if it decides to, I want to see a bounce or just go bounce up from here. D Jamal. Yeah, you're welcome. Did I do something? What did I do? Did I do something? Only had 0.06 in total, so I'm up on. Oh, you're up 100? Hell yeah. Sweet. Somebody else made 1,500. I don't think he was listening to me though, or was he? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's looking bullish for sure. That's that rejection we wanted, and it closed above. Oh yes, I love that setup right there. That little rejection and close above the previous candle that's sexy. 70 pips. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, watch for this zone right here. That's what I would look for. Is it? Yeah. I get a better idea of what's going on the 1 minute. That's why I'm always in the 1 minute. Because you like it could be reversing on you and you can't really tell. There's like there's certain candlestick patterns I noted I've seen like this, right? These three, 1, 2, and 3, and a rejection above the SMA and above that candle. I see that a lot, and it's a good indication of bullish momentum. Yeah, I'm looking at this zone right here for buys, like somewhere in here. I'm expecting a pullback somewhere in here though, because it's been going so much. So you just be careful because you have a zone here, and you have let me take this out real quick. You have this huge zone here, and then now you have another one here, unless this candle comes back and wicks. Oh, let me put it on here too, because I did say right here, buys right there. We had sells. We basically caught the entries perfect if anybody got in those positions, but sells right here, right at this area, and buys. Oops. Hello, hello, hello. I just want to see. Look, it filled that gap right there too. So you have one more right here. It could possibly do one of those. Hopefully it doesn't come all the way back, but I just want to see what it does right here if it goes up. Should you TP? Are you in profit or a bit? Yeah, I would hold on a second because you have a gap here and you have this zone. Once you get up in here, that's where I would take some profits. At least half or 75% because there's a chance of rejection here. Yeah, I right around here, there's 26 seconds left on this candle, so you have a pretty good support and a break here. I would just hold for a second. Oh wow. That might be a sign right there. You got 16 seconds left on this candle, so that's a hard. The last 3 seconds is like the telltale sign. It's 3 seconds, so if it was me, I would take my profit. Okay. Yeah, a rejection like that in a FEG zone is a 100% take your profits. I'd be real surprised if this bounces back up. We're trading gold, 200. I'd be surprised if this pushes past the rejection. That's real sketchy. Yeah, anytime you see this big drop like that, it's called a price displacement, and they have to be recorrected. So just identify your fair value gaps because that's like the footprint in a price displacement, and those are key levels to come back to and watch for like bounces. This is still looking, it's kind of looking bullish to be honest. I don't like this candle pattern, so this is an area I wouldn't touch. Well, you're literally like right in between two FEGs, so I would kind of wait and see, to be honest. But I feel like this whole market is a sell. I do feel like this whole market is a sell. The whole day today, or whole Asia session. Look at that. Yep, there you go. So it broke through an FVG. So your next FVG is right here. And now it's creating a new one right here. So if this comes back up and taps into here and then starts to push back down, I mean, you might be able to catch something, to be honest. But I need to look at the 5 minute though. You probably could catch a sell now, man, if you wanted to, but it would be really small. I would say a sell down to here, but it's almost 50% of the candle, so it's kind of risky. So you have a FEG here. This bounced off an FEG. Now you have one here. If this bounces off of here and goes lower than this right here, it's back in sells. Yeah, that's a like a perfect fill right there to that candle. 20 seconds. Still, this hasn't been filled completely yet, so I would just wait. You have a boom, boom, boom. There you go. It's probably going to come fill this. A recovery trade. How much did you lose? I don't really do like I mean, I risk like $50 a trade per position when I do my trades. Sometimes 100 if I'm feeling like I know what it's gonna do. But being really tight in between positions like this, I don't like that. Yeah. This is like another one of them stupid zones, like a consolidation area. Now it's gonna boop 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 boop. I don't like that. My lot sizes are like 0.0.04, 0.06. It just depends. Sometimes I'll do a point 0.8, 0.08. You just started? Yeah. Hey, we hit good today on sells though. Before the session, I was saying this 45-minute rejection here, if it rejects like that, we get sells and we caught some fat sells. And then we got in on buys after this break right here. So we're not doing too bad so far for the people who have been jumping in. I do, however, feel like this is still in buys until this is filled right here. 3K on the sells, nice. Or 5K. You did well. Yeah, I took trades earlier. I took buys earlier before this session. I just kind of been calling out what I see. I was calling sells here and buys here as the session was going. Yeah, I remember Rona said Forex is a scam. Then she proceeded to teach everybody how to do forex. Yeah, I don't forget names, trust me. How did I learn? I had a mentor, and now I like to teach people. That's what I like to do. I teach people how to do concrete work, and I teach people how to trade. That's what I like to do. Seeing rejection. Yeah, if I have a, I mean, if you really want to, yeah, it is the double tap again. This might be that little bloop back to here. But I still want to see this whole zone get filled, you know? Didn't really fill much. It kind of got 50% actually. So yeah, but that double top is usually a telltale sign after a new high. Yeah, this is gold. Yeah, we've been killing it on gold. Yeah, Elvira. I made a WAP course. It's in my bio. I can't say it too much because they're gonna flag me. But yeah, dude, if you guys want, if you're interested, I mean, I have the WAP course in the bio. You know how to make concrete? Yeah, I have my concrete company in my bio as well. But if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, I do have a WAP course in the bio. There's like 10 people in there right now. It's not a lot. I just made it. People asked me to make it. But I have my broker in there that you can link up to. I have an investor for you guys. Look at there's the double top working again. Same thing that happened up here. But and you broke through the FEG. So you're probably coming down here. I have my friend in there, he's an investor. I have basically I mean, I go through it on here as well, but it's basically for people to understand price action and what I look for. And then there's also the affiliate thing, like you guys can make money like bringing people in if you wanted to, but that's up to you. But the whole goal was basically to just get a community of traders and teach people where to put their money after they make it in the market. And my friend owns his own brokerage and he manages like millions and millions of dollars, like $100 million. I'm gonna go live with him soon, like in a few days, but uh he's badass, dude. He makes people big money with options and stocks, and that way you can have your money work for you. It's $40, but you get all this stuff like with him, how to learn price action, how to read price action and learn how to like when to enter and when to get out and how I mark up my fair value gaps and all that other stuff. But I still go over the fair value gaps and all that marking up on here like I was doing tonight. It's better for people to kind of read it by themselves because most of the time when people do copy trading, they don't learn on their own. You know what I mean? They just kind of copy trade and then when do I get in? When do I get out? But they don't know why they're getting in and why they're getting out, or when they're getting in and when they're getting out. So it's better for people to understand like what I'm looking at. You don't have to stay in or nothing, but buy crypto. I mean I don't touch crypto right now, to be honest. When do I take profit and what do I look for? You're trying to get the free information right now. Like I take profits based off of the candle movements, to be honest. That's why I go to the 1 minute to see what's really happening on the inside. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. I look for fair value gaps and structure support levels, order blocks, and things like that. This is not an area I would like to be in because there's a gap here and a gap here, and it's hard to say which way it's going to go. But every single time you have a price displacement, which is this, you get a recorrection. So this is the area where it would recorrect to, and then once that is filled, then you kind of wait for the next move. So that's why you want to catch, if you can identify the sells, which we did, and then identify the buys, which we did, then this is an area where I would just wait and see kind of what happens until structure breaks or if it bounces off the FVG because you could have a boom, 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 because there's one here and one here, so you just don't know really what's going to happen yet. You ain't got 8 grand, bro. Not if you're in here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in sell at 83 of FEG. Should I hold? 83. Right here. I mean, you could see a push up to here, man. I don't, it's kind of risky. I was waiting for a push to here. That's what I wanted to see. I do feel like this is going to sell off though, just because this is a this whole session has been a bearish session, and it already has a new high, a new low, and then it kind of will just distribute on the way down. But I kind of wanted to see that gap filled. But the reason I was looking at sells today was this. Every time we break Asia lows in New York, it sells. Every time we break the highs going into New York, it's buys. And I've noticed kind of that pattern. Like you have a lower low from the session, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So what I was waiting for, because we opened up bullish in this session, which is why I drew these arrows this way. Actually, that's a strong rejection on the 1 hour. I don't know about that right there, but that filled the whole gap that I was looking to fill. So we'll see. This candle has 7 minutes left to do whatever it's gonna do. Gonna do, bro. Epson and Diddy on the Epson and Diddy on the shit froze, man. Every time I'm giving out the game, I'm sorry, I froze. Yeah, the game, they froze me. My computer shut down. We are. I think I'm about to go dip though. I'm about to go do some I gotta go do some stuff. Nice time to buy. This whole session is a bearish trend, man. I don't know about that. You still got a FEG down here. And you got a gap. There's a gap that's way down here too. Depends how this candle works right here. This is a F. Oh shit, hold on. This is a FEG rejection too. If this pushes lower, yes sir, yes sir, no problem. Yes sir, no problem. I mean that's multiple rejections to an FEG. I don't know. No, bro. If it was me, honestly, I would have had sells, but I already had sells for here. I had buys over here, and I closed here, and then I had sells up here that I was calling because of the way this is in this gap, and then I had people have buys here from to up here, and I was calling sells here because of this fair value gap. And see what it's doing right now? It's tapping into it. So 17 leverage. Oh, I don't know, 1 to 500 probably. Ri- Look at that. Look at that tap into the FEG, Rona. Man, I told you. Them FEGs are no joke, man. Don't play with them. And I know you heard me say sells, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put sells right here because this whole market is bearish. And now I would just watch what it does off of here. Sells, buys, sells. Yeah, bro. We're cooking today, boy. I wouldn't buy at all today, honestly. I mean, this was a good buy because it was such a hard drop and that's a price displacement, but I wouldn't just buy. I wouldn't just buy. You're gonna buy random. You're buying randomly right now because this is the whole session is bearish. And you already correct it recorrected the displacement and came back down. Look at that. You just lost your account. That's two FEG rejections today. FEG rejection on the 45 minute, FEG rejection right here, hardcore on the 1 minute, and whatever other time frame there is. Yeah, look at that 5 minute. Rejected like crazy. Rona's trying to get you guys to blow them accounts. Jeez, bro. Rona just got cooked. Like Rona. Oh shit, bro. It's rough. Yeah, today we've been 100% accurate for sure. I love that. It makes me want to get some ramen noodles. And I don't eat ramen noodles. No, you kind of missed the sell, bro. You kind of missed the sell. I wouldn't mess around right now. Now that the gaps were filled, this gap it violated this FEG. So now your next thing to watch for is a pullback and maybe a bounce off this FEG and then another sell down lower. And if you violate and break through it, then you got to wait for I would wait for a bounce back on another FEG. You sold beautiful. Nice. So I wouldn't do it, but in my opinion, you could swing a buy here to here. That's what I would say. Because this is 1 minute and you just broke above that candle and you have an order block. If it reverses, that's beyond me, but this is typically where I would see a push to here and then a lower and then a push down. Did that candle just close like that? Oh, that's ugly. BTC to XRP. Don't do nothing. Don't mess with no crypto. Motherfuckers. These people. People in their damn crypto. If you end up taking the buy here, my stop loss would have been super, super tight, like right here. I wouldn't have like even it may be a little bit higher, but probably below this wick just in case, because that's some weird candle action right there. I don't like how that candle wicked like that. You only trade BTC. This thing don't know what it. Damn, they both just closed like that? Hell no. Is there a 5 minute FEG here? Mm. Got this big old gap up here to fill. Oh no. Gold has been acting so crazy lately. I've never seen it this way before. Yeah. I know that's why I don't really mess with it too much in Asia session, but I still think Asia session. I just thought today all Asia session was going to be a bearish market, and so far it has been. It's been bearish the whole Asia session. Um, it depends when I'm trading. I don't. Sometimes I do breakouts on like in the morning when I trade. I do breakouts on Nas 100 and US 30, and then like I think crypto is more for swing trades. That if I'm gonna swing trade, it's gonna be crypto. Damn, look at that. It just busted right through. That's crazy. Looks like it wants to go further. I would say here then. Um, I mean, it's kind of late now. I thought it was gonna bounce back up, to be fair. But this whole market today is bearish, man. Honestly, I feel like if you just took a sell and you put your stop loss way up, you'd be fine. You got two FEGs now. That's the only thing I don't like. And it closed. You're getting too many. You're taking too many positions today. You're getting greedy. You don't want to be greedy. If you had a couple good positions today, I would just take your money. A few years. I've only been going on the live for a few weeks though, or actually not even a few weeks, probably like a week. My local time is 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Tapped into that FEG perfectly and rejected. Am I buying here? I'm not doing anything here. I would say if this green candle closes above, if this green candle closes like pushes above and closes above here, I would say you'd have buys. Yeah. But until you break back above there and it closes, I don't think it's buys yet. Yeah, it's looking like it wants to go down further. Yep. That's crazy, man. If you would have caught themselves. Now you're probably looking down here. Like I'm on the 1 minute. What time frame are you on? Can we still catch themselves or are we late? Yeah, we caught them from up here, bro. We had people catch sells from here. I called it at the beginning of the session because of the hard push and the gap and then the double top. I didn't see the double top obviously at first, but I called this 45-minute fair value gap sells because of the structure of like the hourly of the market. And we broke Asia lows from yesterday and New York. And every time that happens in the high time frames, you still sold at 5,000. You're still holding that. How far is that? How far is that? Oh, you're still holding? God dang. Yeah, now I think is a nice little buy situation right here. But I don't like to buy in a bearish market. Today's been all bearish, but I'm just saying this looks like an area where you could catch one. But the reason I don't like to buy in a bearish market is because you get shit like this. One of the big rules that I was taught when I was learning is never buy against the trend or never go against the trend. So that'll save you. So hopefully you didn't just take a buy right there when I just said that because I was trying to explain. Yeah, still in sells. If the market is bearish, dude, just go with the trend. Wait for it to come back up and then push back down and take a sell. That's what I would do. When you start buying and selling and buying and selling, you're getting greedy. Then you're gonna get cooked for sure. Still wants to go lower for it's like it definitely does. It broke below that order block too. You could have printed money today, dude. And the fact that we fucking caught it from the top is insane. I'm in gold right now. Big fat gap up here though. Big fat gap. What's up, man? What's up? What's happening? What's up? You not entry? What do you mean? No, I didn't enter on this, but I was saying for people who were trying to enter, I was just going to analyzing the entries. This is what I was saying this up here before the session started. That's what I was looking at, exactly right there. It worked out perfect. So I'm happy even though I didn't get in it. I don't care. I had buys that I called earlier from right here. I had buys in this area. Actually, let me put it on the text. We'll put buys. Right here. When this candle bounced off this support area, this order block area, and it broke this and broke above the SMA, that's when I had buys. And I just rode from here to there like that. Then this was the session end. And I put that on my TikTok story earlier too. Because I called out on the story earlier, I was calling out 50, I didn't know it was going to go that high, but I was calling out 4090, 4,990 or 4,980 or something like that. Like this area, like somewhere around here. Yeah, definitely, man. We had people get in sells up here, I believe. I thought this was going to sell off hard today, and it fucking did. Look at that. That's crazy. Are you still? Yeah, yeah, we had that perfect. And that was because of the gap, and that's because this rejection up here, and we broke through and we grabbed liquidity. So this big liquidity grab and then a double top. But first, if you go into the 1 minute, that dude, bro, you're printing money if you got in this today. The 1 minute time frame is what I went to. Oh yeah, you're in sells again, bro, for sure. But this double top right here on the 1 minute is what made me want to, like right here, this push and then a drop and then a push again. And that's where I was looking right there. Because that was that FEG gap. And I have that recorded on the video. So we're Gucci. Put that on the YouTube. I'm glad if anybody got in this and that. Damn, too bad. Did Turner get off? Did Turner got? Damn, that sucks. Turner would have been. He would have been loaded right now. I think we're coming down, man. I think we're coming down. I think we're coming down far because this right here, that that never got filled. So I'm saying like 46.69 TPs for cells. Oh shit, where am I at? Well, I don't know. It's been selling so much, man. I'm expecting it to bounce back pretty soon. This is a previous order block here on the 5. That still looks bearish to me. TPs for cells. I mean, you have a small drop here. This is like right in this right there that has two touches to that point right here. What are you talking about, monkey? Well, I'll tell you what, I expected it to do this, and this is what it did. Everything that I've been calling is what it did, based off of the market structure and price action, and the candlesticks and fair value gaps and break of structure. So you can say what you want in here, but we all just people just made money. So I don't I don't know what you're saying. Look at that, look at that. I'm not just saying speaking out of my fucking butthole, bro. I'm speaking off of price action. What is ICT? What is ICT? What are you talking about? Yeah, bro, I told you. I told you. Hey, let him be salty. I said this was gonna be a sell session, and it looked as a, nothing but a damn sell the whole session. That's ridiculous. Does that mean big? Look at Bitcoin is going too. That doesn't even make sense. Inner circle trading. Do you know what IMB is? Do you know anything about fair value gaps? Gold plays off of that. Dude, this is literally how I was taught, and that's why I print money on gold. Inner circle trading. Where the hell do you guys get this shit from? I was taught by real traders, and I was taught by people who own brokerages, my guy. Dude, people who trade for a living. That's who I was taught by. I use the same strategies on gold that they do. There's a reason that they make millions of dollars, bro. It's just like, and he's the second person to come in here and tell me that fair value gaps don't work. How the fuck? Let me show you something while you're in here, you cuck. Look at this. Why did we have this fair value gap marked for this to come up and bounce off? Why was that marked? If it doesn't work, why did it work? Because it's BS. That's why. It's BS. If it was something that made sense to me, then I would learn about it, but it doesn't make sense because it works. It's been working all day bouncing off gaps. How do you think we've been calling buys and sells? Hell no. 6K is what I paid, bro. I have the same thing for 40 bucks. And I have a financial advisor for you. Somebody where you can put your money into. 6K is absurd. You definitely don't need to do that. And you don't even need to go with me. You can go with anybody else, bro. But I'm just saying mine is only 40 bucks. And I go live. And I'm showing the same, like, you know what I mean? There's no reason. Oh, there's another fair value gap tap. Look, bow, 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 and then a sell. Like, what are we talking about, dude? If they don't work, then why are they working? I'm sorry, my guy. Because they're not doing it right, bro. I don't care 5 or 6 years. I haven't even been trading that long, dude, and they work perfectly. It's been working all day. Who is this guy? Why don't you people who talk show your face? I don't understand that. It's been we literally called sells up here before the session even began because of the gap and because of the FEG rejection that we thought we were going to get, and we lost and we got a gap rejection. I mean, explain why it's been working all day and why I make money using it. I don't no, but I just want to like I don't understand how you can sit here and talk and just like you ain't got nothing better to do. Sure, I'm not right 100% of the time, but I'm right more than I'm wrong, and the fair value gaps are what make me right. That's what I go off. I literally was posting all day about it and said today was going to be hard sells. Not even trying to sound like the goat or nothing. I'm just saying staring at the charts and noticing what I noticed and using fair value gaps. I mean, he made new lows, man. There's got to be it's got to be a reversal at some point because you have more fair value gaps being created along the way. So you have a zone here. You still got one up there, but the way this is looking, I think it just wants to dump, man. To be honest, I would say down here. The only thing that would make me not get in right now is because you haven't had a pullback yet, and I don't want somebody to get in and catch a pullback like right here, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it right here because you have an order block, right? Like this is a previous strong support right here of New York session. Oops. See all those. Uh, I mean that level is 48.96. You got a nice rejection here. I mean, if I think honestly, hold on a second. Creating higher lows. I want to see a push to this area because that's the 5 minute FEG. The FVG. I want to see a push right here. Look at that, right into the fucking FEG. Let's see what happens here. Whatever your name is. Everybody's been making money in here, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a full-time trader, my guy. I just do this to make money. I don't know what to tell you. If it's been working all day, I don't understand. Like, yeah, actually, let me see. Let me see, guy. Let me see, guy. What's your name, guy? Since you don't want to put your monkey alerts. I don't know what these weirdos do with their life, bro. Like, what do you do all day? You gotta be broke. A fucking brokey.